Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to look at your home, but through your cat's eyes. And we're going to uncover some of those common and honestly sometimes surprising dangers that are hiding in plain sight. All right, let's kick things off with a bit of a riddle. I'm going to reveal this very common item at the end, and I promise you, the answer is probably going to change the way you think about playtime with your cat forever. But before we get to that big psychological puzzle, let's dive into the physical dangers. We're talking about all the everyday things our curious little explorers run into and, let's be honest, often try to eat every single day. You have to remember, to a cat, your home isn't just a house. It's a jungle. It's this huge, exciting world filled with things that look like prey and caves to explore. Or, what we would call plastic bags, cords, and boxes. So, we're going to start with what is unfortunately one of the most common reasons for a frantic, middle-of-the-night trip to the emergency vet. A cat swallowing something it absolutely shouldn't have. And that brings us to a really important, kind of scary term that vets use, a linear foreign body. Basically, it's what happens when a cat swallows something long and stringy. The object can get stuck, maybe under the tongue, and as their intestines try to move it along, they just start to bunch up on themselves, almost like an accordion. It's a massive medical emergency. Believe it or not, two of the absolute worst offenders are probably on your bathroom counter right now, hair ties and dental floss. Their springy, wiggly movement is just irresistible. It perfectly mimics prey. But if they're swallowed, they can cause that exact linear foreign body problem. The fix, thankfully, is super simple. Keep them in a closed container or a trash can with a lid. You know that classic, adorable picture of a kitten playing with a ball of yarn? Yeah, vets hate that picture. It's a nightmare for them because the risk is exactly the same as with dental floss. Now, this doesn't mean you can't use string wands. They're great. Just make sure play is always supervised, and when you're done, that toy gets put away somewhere safe. And it's not just random stuff lying around either. Nope. Even the toys we go out and buy for them, with the best intentions, can have these little hidden traps. We've all seen it, right? The pure bliss on a cat's face when they're chasing a feather wand. But here's the thing. On some of the cheaper ones, those feathers are attached with really weak glue. If a feather or a little piece of thread breaks off, it can easily be swallowed. All it takes is a quick 2-second check after each play session to keep this game safe and fun. Think about a rubber band, that little snap, and the way it bounces across the floor. To a cat, that's a startled bug, and it's irresistible. But they are a huge choking hazard, especially for younger cats. The good news is you can redirect that powerful instinct with something like a cat-safe silicone ring, or a treat ball that gives them that same bouncy, playful fun. Now, I know all these risks can feel a bit abstract, like that'll never happen to me. But a viewer named Emma sent us a story that just makes this so real. Her cat, Luna, absolutely loved exploring her desk. So one day, Luna swallowed a rubber band she'd been batting around. For 3 days, everything seemed totally fine, until she just stopped eating. It turned out that rubber band had caused a total blockage. She needed emergency surgery. Thankfully, Luna pulled through. But what Emma said really gets you, right? The biggest dangers are often the things we just don't even think twice about. All right, let's pivot to a couple of things that are definitely not toys, but our cats seem to think they are. Electrical cords. For some cats, especially kittens, they are just the most fascinating chew toys. But this can lead to some really nasty electrical burns inside their mouth. The key here isn't to get them to stop chewing. That's a natural instinct. It's all about redirecting that chew onto something safe, like a durable cat-safe toy. The plastic bag. The second you put one on the floor, who's the first one there? Your cat. And according to the ASPCA, there's a reason for this. It's like a full-on sensory party for them. The crinkle sounds like little critters rustling in leaves, the texture is cool, and some bags even smell a little like food. But all that fun comes with two really serious risks: suffocation if they get tangled in the handles, and swallowing tiny pieces of plastic. But here's the good news. The fix is so easy. Just swap it for a paper bag. They get all the crinkly fun with none of the fear. Just make sure you cut the handles off first. Okay, we've talked about all the physical stuff. Now it's time to solve that puzzle from the beginning. Because the most surprising danger, the one we hinted at, isn't about physical harm at all. It's about their emotional well-being. Just think about this for a second. Imagine a hunt that sets every single one of your cat's instincts on fire. The stalk, the chase, the pounce. But it can never, ever end. A prize they can never win. You guessed it, the laser pointer. That little red dot that can make even the sleepiest cat go absolutely bonkers. Well, it might also be causing a whole lot of quiet, unseen frustration. Okay, so here's the science behind it. In the wild, every single hunt ends with a catch. It's satisfying. It provides the sense of closure. But with a laser, that moment of triumph never arrives, and that can actually lead to real anxiety, even obsessive behaviors, because their brain's hunting software is just left running, incomplete. You know when they suddenly bite your ankle after the game is over? That's not them being a jerk. It's pure redirected frustration. But hey, this doesn't mean you need to toss your laser pointer in the trash. No way. The solution is brilliant, and it's so simple. At the end of every play session, just land that little red dot on something real. A fuzzy mouse, a kicker toy, a treat. Let them finally catch their prey. This completes that whole hunting cycle and turns a frustrating game into a massive confidence boost. You know, when you really think about it, keeping our cats safe isn't just about ticking boxes off a checklist. It's really an act of empathy. It's about trying to see the world the way they do, from understanding why a string is so tempting to realizing why an uncatchable red dot is so frustrating. That understanding, that's the real key. So my question for you is, what's one tiny change you can make today? Just one thing. Maybe it's finally putting those hair ties in a sealed jar. Or maybe tonight, you'll end the laser game with a little treat. Every one of those small changes is a huge message to your cat. It's you saying, hey, I get you, and I've got your back. Thanks for tuning in.
Before you go, remember this. Your cat is doing something right now that most owners completely miss. At Feline Frontier, we don't just share cute cat facts. We uncover the hidden meanings, the quiet signals, and the strange behaviors your cat uses every single day to communicate with you. From the sounds that instantly calm a stressed cat, to the tiny habits that prove they trust you, to the mistakes that silently hurt them more than you realize. Everything here is designed to help you understand your cat on a deeper level. So if you've ever looked at your cat and thought, "What are you really trying to tell me?" You're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to Feline Frontier, because the next video might explain something your cat has been waiting years for you to understand. See you in the next frontier of feline truth.